Good evening, everyone. This is Jordana Raffia, and you are listening to Crown Knowledge Radio. Welcome on in, everyone. Welcome into the Crown. This is Jordana, and you're listening to Crown Knowledge Radio. I am coming back to you with part 3 of the Divine Shift. If you have not heard or listened to part 1 and 2 of the Divine Shift on Crown Knowledge Radio, please pick that up over on Substack. It is also posted on Patreon. And I've just loaded it a little bit ago onto Spreaker.com. And it will be posted on all social media, Crown Knowledge Radio. Again, this is Jordana, and thank you for joining. For those of you who are back on, since I've been on Blog Talk Radio, my archive shows are over on Spreaker.com. So please go over, check it out, see if it's your flavor. If it is not, no harm, no foul. Thank you for stopping by. But I am just kind of, going over some day-to-day things, and decided to do a part 3 to the Divine Shift. And again, just working through these changes, you guys. I don't have to tell y'all, if you are anywhere on media, anywhere, social media, mainstream media, and you are seeing what is happening to the planet at this particular point, again, as they're saying on TikTok, we can't make this up. You have to be under a rock somewhere not to see literally what's happening before our face. And again, a couple of things from part 2, people are saying, well, why did you say this is a good thing? There's nothing good about this. People are dying. People are, without food. They're going hungry. It's tragedy, and and it's going to be that. Now, and you have to remember that it's going to be that whether we do something about it or not. The thing that you can do about it, again, you have to go back and listen to part 1 and part 2, is your own level of vibration. That's all we have left, literally, because if you just calm down for a minute and think about it, what could you possibly do? Now, I know by yourself, there's, again, same difference for me. You go within, you understand your own vibration, and you pass that along in whatever way that you're moved to do that. Whatever you have on the inside of you that you feel like there's something that should be done, vibrate on that on a personal level and find out what you can do as a single person. Everybody goes to TikTok. Let's go to TikTok and let's talk about it. Okay. Obviously, TikTok doesn't like the way I talk about it because I've been booted off for the 3rd time off TikTok. So I don't know. I'm like a couple of the spiritual sisters. They're like, no matter how we say it, no matter how we slice it. So we might as well find different avenues and outlets to say it however we want to say it. You can't make this shit up. It's not. We're not pulling this like from nowhere. We're in this physical existence. We see what's happening on a day-to-day. So for those of you who got upset or had something to say about, how can you say that this is a good thing? You have to have a spiritual understanding of that. And how can you say that, stuff happening to somebody that's dark, it could be very bad for them? Well, it depends on how you are spiritually looking at the information. You have to understand yourself right now, today, present day, 2026, on a more spiritual level. Or a lot of you, it's going to drive you crazy, which I have been accused on several occasions of being. It's either going to drive you crazy, it's going to give you a higher level of knowledge, it's going to give you a deeper understanding. You need to go to a place where it sets your heart in a more, I want to say malleable, but it's not about molding your heart or making you out of something that you're not. It's actually being more of what you truly are, if you have that in you. Again, whatever it is that you have in you, this shift is going to make you more of that. If you are not vibrating, and I know I use that word frequency and vibrate all the time. I'm not the only one. Again, do a hashtag anywhere TikTok. under frequency or vibration, and you're pretty much going to hear the same thing. Why is that so important? Because it really comes from where you set your emotion. What are you mostly feeling? Even anywhere social media. I'm not picking on TikTok. It's everywhere social media. What is your main focus? What are you focused on? How does it make you feel when you hear it or you see it? How does it make you feel when you hear child TRAF, if you know what I mean? How does that make you feel? When you when you hear about abuse of any kind to people that are not able to defend themselves, when the downtrodden and the voices that are not heard are not being heard, or those in the less served are not being served, or anything that is being unjustly done in anywhere, mainstream social media, any type of media. How does that make you feel? What are you feeling at the time? I've seen rage on TikTok, and I mean like rage on both sides. Rage of the evil and not so good side of things, and I've heard rage on the emotional side of those who are just pretty much frustrated, and I'm not downplaying it, but pretty much frustrated about what they see happening. How do you feel? How does it make you feel about what is being done to humans on this planet, period? Doesn't have to be a specific place. It's happening everywhere. How do you feel? Floods are happening everywhere. How do you feel? It's snowing in places that it shouldn't be snowing, and flooding in places that it shouldn't be flooding, and burning in places that's near the water. Make that make sense? It's people's places are burning like where there's no water. That's really weird. And then there's places that's just, there's so much going on, not to mention the ongoing war on the planet. I'm not going to speak on that because that's not my lane, but my understanding is that war, to those people who are experiencing war in their areas and in their territories, to them, it feels like forever. Some of these individuals have grown up knowing nothing but war and bombs dropping all around them. These are children who were born and grew up, and they're now 13, 14, 20, 25, in some cases even 30 or longer. How long has this war been going on? My understanding is that it's been going on forever, but to the people that are going through it, it feels like, even if it's been a year, it feels like forever. So what do? I get social media. I respect social media in some aspects because I use it to, as much as I possibly can, spread understanding and knowledge and definitely love. But there are some people who use it for evil. We get that too. Then there are some individuals, all you can do is turn on social media and shed some tears for the people that you want to shed tears for. And sometimes you can only send prayer. I know people that get on social media anywhere, whether it's just a text message somewhere, and just send out a Bible verse, a prayer, whatever it is to you. I don't necessarily condone or ascribe to either one, but it's just, you can only do what you can do. What are we going to do? And again, if you go back and listen to, the Divine Shift Part 1 and 2, as I stated, there's nothing new under the sun. The only thing that is not repeating itself, as far as I know right now, there could be alternate universes, but is Earth. Now we find out there's more than one Earth. That's a whole different show. We'll do that some other time, because now we're finding out there's more than one Earth. Can anybody give me some information on that? I mean, I've heard it, I've seen it. I don't particularly understand it, but I guess that's what it's meant by multiverses repeating themselves over and over and over again and again. Like I said, that's a different show. Right now, we're focusing on getting ourselves comfortable in the shift. It was uncomfortable getting here. And I know I don't have to repeat that for a lot of people. Like right now, they're still like, including myself, the shift will take longer for some than it will for others. The perpetrators, well, they're shifting too. May not be where they want to shift to, but they're shifting too. If you believe in that sort of thing, again, I don't ascribe to any particular type of religion or any solid type of spirituality other than my own within myself. So I can't say, if you were one of those people way back in the day that used to come in the comments, in my comments back in 2015, 2014 or whenever, and, well, where are you getting this information from? What type of books do you read? Or where's your knowledge coming from? My knowledge comes from the divine. It always has from day one. I might mention a book or two here or there. I might mention a person here or there that I might have, listened to and gotten some food for thought, some type of divine knowledge. But other than that, no. Because this is the shift that will put you more in your authentic self, who you truly are. And that's what I'm kind of talking about today. Being more of your authentic self and putting yourself into your more authentic self. Come hell or high water, whether it's flood, whether it's fire, whether it's whatever comes your way. Move in the direction of your authentic self. Always, all the time. And there are individuals, that I'm not the only person. So if it's not me you want to listen to, there's a hashtag authenticity somewhere out there. Somewhere somebody is saying exactly what I'm saying, and they may be saying it in a different way. And that's what I try to do. I try to find my lane, what my authentic higher self gives me by way of knowledge, and I try to relay that. So that's just a side note, if you have never heard Dordonna on Crown Knowledge Radio, or if you've heard her and said, I don't know what I don't know what this chick is talking about. I really don't. It's not your flavor. And again, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate I appreciate you listening briefly. But other than that, individuals that do get it, they do get the shift. They do understand the information. Maybe it's someone out there that maybe is more sort towards my understanding than someone else's. But either way it goes, let's get comfortable. And I don't mean comfortable and don't do anything. I mean comfortable and move forward in your vibration, move higher in your vibration, move complete, more complete, take bigger steps. We started with baby steps, but now let's take those leaps, because this is the energy to take those leaps in. So take those leaps in understanding whatever direction it is you're going to, if it's music, take a leap in that direction. What is it that's sitting on your heart? Because whatever is in you authentically, this particular part of the shift is going to bring about more of that in you. So does that mean, the bad people too? Absolutely. Absolutely. I would love to stress that just a little bit more, because if you're doing foul, fucked up shit right now and you are going into this shift, it's going to start to look crazy. And again, I don't like that word, but in this particular synopsis, that's what I'm going to use. It's going to look demonic. It's going to look evil. It's going to look diabolical. And then it's going to start to make you ill in a lot of ways, because remember, we are part of the universe. What we put out is what we get back. We are completely and totally connected to this higher knowledge, this higher being, God knowledge, the Most High, the infinite of all, the Alpha and the Omega, whatever it is that you call it. Once again, I'll think of some other names, because it is not the same thing to everyone. But finding your authentic space in it will solidify you, and what that knowledge or power means to you. I heard a horn in the background. I guess that's confirmation. I'll just say it's that. But whatever your authentic self is in this particular shift, in this particular atmosphere that we're going through right now in the environment, and again, you have to live under a rock not to see it, not to feel something. If it's making you feel more angry and you don't backtrack and go a different direction, the anger will consume you. If it's more love that you're feeling, like I am, I'm feeling more love. I'm feeling more, okay, I get it. Does that mean nothing's bad is happening to me? No, that's not what it means. It means that I choose. Because people say, well, we don't have no choice. Yes, you do. Well, things are just so messed up for me right now. And it's going to be if you keep thinking that things are so messed up for you right now. But please understand, I'm not downplaying having to feed your children, having to put food on your table, having to go to work. I've done all of that. You know, there's some things that's just not right with the children, with the marriage, with the house, with your bank account. Your money's looking funny. Like, I get it. I get all of that. And I'm going through or have gone through all of that before, except for the children, because I don't have children, but there are children out there that I am truly concerned about. Absolutely. Other than that, I've been through everything else that I've mentioned and then some. Even some stuff that came for me and I didn't even call for it. I wasn't even a part of it and was in it for years and years and years and didn't know. I'm sorry, what? You coming for me? What for? But it's that knowledge and understanding. So I am looking at it like the Most High, which I use most of the time, is coming for me. The Most High wants my attention. I don't know why just yet. I know it's something, but I'm still trying to understand it. God wants your attention. Let me just say it outright so everybody will know exactly what I mean when I say that. God is trying to get your attention. What's the song In the Color Purple? If y'all ain't seen it yet, y'all know that's one of my favorite movies. But God is trying to tell you something. And it's up to you to figure it out. Listen a little bit closer. Yeah. Be quiet a little bit more. Yeah, that too. Stay to yourself a little bit more. Yeah. And most of these things that I'm mentioning are not easy for most people. Well, somebody said something to me and somebody did something. I'm going to get back at them. Okay. If that's what you feel you need to do, do it. If that's what you feel you need to do and that's what you're feeling predominantly in your environment, in your space right now, yeah, when I get a chance, this person's going to get it. And God is going to give you a whole lot more of that because that's where your emotions are right now. That's what you're feeling like. Yeah, soon as they step outside, this is on sight. You understand what I'm saying? I get it. A lot of people feel that way. They can't feel anything else. They won't allow themselves to feel anything else. And that's the malleable part I was talking about. But I don't want to really go there. But that's the part that somewhere within that quick little empty space lies your free will to change your mind. You can go another way, but you don't want to. I've heard family members outright tell me sometimes people just want to be mad. I thought it was weird, but okay, because I definitely don't always want to be mad. Sometimes I get mad. I do. Sometimes you push to that point, or sometimes you just want to be that. And if that's what you want to be it. Because you're going to have to go through everything that comes along with that. Don't think that even your love for someone, because sometimes you have to stop yourself from loving the wrong people. Not that you can't give them some positive energy, but opening up yourself to people that don't deserve it is dangerous. That is dangerous. I found out the hard way. That's why I'm speaking on it. And the other way is just as dangerous. Wanting to be angry, wanting to be mad. I want to be mad. This is where I want to be. Don't tell me not to be. Don't ask me to forgive nobody, because this is where I want to be. I've been there. Trust me. I don't want to be there too long because that felt real familiar. Yeah, it felt so familiar because if you listen to, I think I did another show about, I think it was in Can You Feel the Shift, but if you listen to my shows, you'll run across it. And I said, look, I have always been the person that people ask to be the bigger person. Why? Why? Why me? Why do I have to always be the bigger person? That's weird. To me, it was just weird. Like, look, today I don't feel like being the bigger person. I just don't. And I get it. Some people just don't want to be a bigger person. They want to be trifling. They want to be petty, petty Betty, petty bitty, whatever. They want to be sad, sour, sick. They want to be an instigator. They want to be a gang stalker. They want to be all of that. This is what I want to be today. Don't tell me to be anything else. I'm going to be this and ain't nothing you can do about it. I'm going to be this until somebody stop me. Maybe I can't be stopped. Maybe I just want to do this. This is what I want to do. And I'm coming for so-and-so. And your conscious mind is going to hear that, because I'm saying this with a clear thought, but on a positive level, because the Most High God, or whatever it is that you believe in or don't believe in, it don't matter whether you believe it or not. It's going to come to you more. The more you feel that way, the more it's going to come to you. I can't make this up. I'm not the only, again, throw a rock anywhere, TikTok, and you're going to hear the same thing. You know why? Because it's people like me and those people who really can explain it to you, not the ones that are guessing because they think it sounds cool and they're woke, quote unquote, and they, got a little information. I'm talking about the people who could really explain it to you down to the soul, the core of who you are. Those people can tell you exactly what they're talking about. So if you feel like this is what you want, the universal law is what you put out, that is what you get back. God's going to give you more of what you're asking for. I'm not spitting bars, I'm just saying. So once you have felt the space that you're in, let's just go with the bad and then I'll get to the good. Let's just say you're in a bad space. You're feeling anger. You're feeling hurt. Somebody, and I'm feeling this right now, so I'm not going to stay there that long because I was there. And I can feel it boiling up in me right now. Like, ooh, if I could just get my get back. If I could just, I will feel better. And let me tell you, in a few cases, I got my get back. I can't even say it. And it didn't make me feel no better. Guess what? I got more people on my list to get back at. God gave me more of what I was saying, feeling. My emotions was in it. That's how you get it. You get exactly what's coming to you based on your emotion. So if this is what you're feeling, don't worry about tomorrow, because you're going to get more of what you're feeling. Don't worry about it. You're going to get it. You keep asking for it, you're going to get it. So when you hear me and you be like, oh, she corny. She talking about love, and she the divine daughter of infinite love, goddess of divine light. You know why? Because I am. Well, how do you know you that? You just gave yourself that name. No, God gave me that name. You know why? Because I feel it with every emotion I have in my body. I have to be. There is no other thing that I could be. You know why? Because I haven't indulged in anything that made me feel anything other than that. I tried drinking. I don't particularly like alcohol. I don't particularly like the taste. I sort of kind of liked the way it made me feel in certain situations, but then even that was fake, because the person that I was trying to feel good with wasn't a good person. So even that was fucked up. I couldn't even get a feeling over there. Well, you told us you used to get high, smoke weed. Yep, that's the only drug I've ever done. So all the other ones you can, I don't have a addictive personality, if you will. I wasn't one of those people, and there are a lot of people out there like that. You just don't get addicted to shit like you should. Not even food. Even though my weight has been up and down, I'm not addicted to anything. When I see something happening, my body will let me know. Bitch, why you eating all this ice cream? I'm saying that because I had a lot of ice cream for the holiday. But my body will let me know in certain ways. I'm more stuffy. My breathing is kind of weird. My nose has always got something in it. I don't know. It's more mucus in the body, basically. It's inflammation is what it boils down to. But I'm just using that as an example that the divine, your body it houses the divine. Your emotions, everything you think, everything you do, everything you drink, everything you consume, period. The divine is there saying, hey. And if you decide to turn that off, that's on you. It's not on anybody else. Well, so-and-so told me we could do this if I did this and we would have something. No, don't blame it on anybody else. It's on you. It's on you. Whoever you are, it's on you. Well, so-and-so told me, and such and in your mind, you thought either this is fucked up or it's okay. In your mind, you decided that. That was you. I could say if somebody held a gun to your head, but it's either stand 10 toes down and leave this universe because it might be your time. But can't nobody even hold a gun to your head. And you be like, look, if you want to kill me and if it makes you feel better because I don't agree with the fucked up shit you doing, then bye, bitch, bye. Bye. Because it's still on you. But I'm telling you, the divine will step in. When you let the divine know that, look, this ain't my path. That's what happened with me and maybe alcohol. This ain't my path. That's what happened to me and weed or marijuana or gummies or whatever it is that I thought, yeah, I could do this and still be my authentic self. No, I couldn't. Now, a lot of people can. A lot of people, I don't know how that works. I don't know. I couldn't. Because like I said, this is up to me. This is on me. I couldn't drink and still be authentically me. I couldn't do it. I couldn't hang around with toxic people and still felt like I was myself. I couldn't do it. People that had fucked up mindsets and they always wanted to be mad and they always lived in 1973 or 1983 for that matter, 1993. Like, you still living in the past, and I still wanted to be a part of that. I couldn't do it. That just eliminated 95% of my family. I kid you not. So you're picking the divine over your family? Absolutely. Not necessarily what makes sense to most people, but it's what makes sense to the divine. Why? Because the further away you get from toxicity, the closer you get to the divine. If that's the path you want to take, some people don't care. They just don't care. There's nothing you can do about that. That, again, that's on them. That's not your lane. That's a personal problem. When I speak in my shows about being closer to the Most High as a personal relationship, and you'll hear everybody say it most times. I have never heard anybody that has a belief system that they believe in and they will tell you that God wants you to do exactly what this person did to get what you want. I've never heard that in any religion. Not really. I've heard people say, God told me to tell you. I'm a little weary of that. I don't know that God can tell. Unless God needs an angel in your life, God will send an angel. If you keep asking for the devil, God will send the devil because he has control over the devil too. That part. So if you keep asking for that, if you say, you know what, God, I'm tired. Basically, sometimes that's enough right there. If you say, you know what, God, I'm tired. I'm tired of this life. I'm tired of living the way that I'm living. I'm tired of reacting outside of taking myself out. What can I do? Show me something. Tell me something. Sometimes that's enough. That right there. Be mad. Sometimes you gotta cuss. You don't think that God don't understand cussing? Not cursing, but cussing. You don't think God understands that? Of course God understands that. I do it all the time. Like, dear God, it's me. What the hell? what in the absolute fuck is happening right now? Like, I don't get it. What are we doing? What are we doing? But sometimes you just gotta go there. But if you don't, and you feel you have that taste of vengeance in your mouth, you have that feeling of that green-eyed monster in your heart, in your gut you feel mud and dirt and sludge, and you feel nasty caca doo doo in your gut. You feel, yeah, I said nasty caca doo doo. You feel that in your gut, in your mind. There's something evil just weighing down on you, like you don't know where it's coming from. You just and you're focused on someone who probably you don't really know, even if it's a family member. Like, have I tried to talk to this person? No, I don't want to talk to them, because you use that word, I hate them. I don't want to talk to them. I don't care. I don't care what they think. I don't care what they, yeah. And you just keep that, you feel it weighing down heavy on you all the time. How do I know this? Because I've been there. I had to go through it to understand that there's I want to say there's a light, but there's a more divine self that I can talk to that says, girl, you got to be outside your mind to think that you're going to get some get back and that's going to make your life better. You probably going to piss off 5 or 6 other people by trying to get your get back. And then I understood and realized, wow, I could talk to this microphone in a space that I didn't even understand back then. Social media wasn't like it was back then. I'm talking 2010, 2009, 2010, 2011, right when Crown Knowledge was up and going. I didn't know what this microphone was. And even in my microphone, there are certain energies that try to cut it off. Why? For what? Oh, I don't like what she's saying. Okay, but you don't have to listen. You do have the right not to listen. Okay. I can't stand her. I can't stand to hear her voice. But again, that goes back to the thing I just said. You have the right not to listen. You have the right to go somewhere else, turn the channel. It's 1,100 billion trillion places to go on the internet. You don't have to be here. I don't like what she's saying. Well, there are individuals outside my home that are tapping into my computer so that they can hear exactly what I'm saying. That's weird. But then you're mad about what I'm saying. Why are you listening? And that just goes for people in the physical. If you are saying, is she saying that her computer's hacked? Absolutely. And so is yours. So is yours. So is your phone. So is my phone. Like we've already got the understanding that other people can see and hear everything that you're doing. That's a whole nother show. We'll go down that rabbit hole a different time, a different place, according to the way divine wants you to move. So we'll do that some other time. But yes. And that goes with people that you are connected to. When you call someone and you bring up a conversation that resonates a certain way with you, you have the right to listen or not listen. My brother does that very well. I have my oldest brother. If you are speaking about something that he don't have a voice on, he'll let you get it out and then say goodbye. I already know. He'll let you get out whatever it is you got to say, and then he'll say goodbye, because basically, you could be draining his energy and he don't really have the energy for it. I get it. I've been there on the phone with people who had nothing to say but negativity. That's it. And there are people who just want to tap in to see, they want to take your temperature. Let me see. Let me call her and see if she gonna react this way. I've had people send other people to me. Oh, she ain't gonna do this. She ain't gonna do that. How do you know? How do you know what I'm gonna do? You could study me from here until the end of my life and never know. You will never know, because I don't know. I don't know how the divine moves with me. So how do you know? I say stuff just to see how people react. That's me. I've done that for a while. I don't do it that much anymore, but I will make a certain statement. I will say something that sounds true. Not that I'm lying, but I know who's listening. You got to read the room. Even when there ain't people in the room, they can hear you. So sometimes you just got to read the room and say, okay, is this what we doing? Okay, so let me do this. And when I see that you react like this, then you just told on yourself. You just told on yourself. Why am I saying that? Because you never know. There is no way. If you are vibrating in a certain space in your life to where you understand yourself better than the devil does, you can move any way you want to. Now, I'm not saying you're not going to run into trouble. I'm not going to say that there ain't people out there that's still going to try you, because they're going to do that. But you never know. Something may be waiting in that space for them before I even get there. That's not on me. That's on the divine. But that's my vibration. So the divine understands your vibration. Where are you? Because whatever you're asking for, that's what the divine's going to lay down for you. If you're setting up a trap, the divine's going to make sure you fall into it. If you're setting up love and abundance and forgiveness, the divine's going to find a way to move you closer to that. There's always a way. If that's what you're asking for, look, I'm tired. I want more unity. I want more of whatever it is, because the divine will show you in so many different ways that you did not even know. Maybe you don't need to go back to your toxic family. They're toxic. They've been toxic. They grew up toxic. They've showed you 972 ways that they can be toxic. Why would you want to go back? Why? What the fuck for? I don't understand that. But the divine, the God, the Most High, whatever it is you want to call that higher knowledge, that better feeling in a vibration for you, whatever that is for you, if you want it, and if you practice it, and if you ask for it enough, the divine will show you a way to get to it, one way or another. That's going to be my closing for this divine shift. That's part 1, part 2. This is part 3. If you want to hear part 1 and part 2, please look me up on social media, just about anywhere. I haven't been able to load anything. I think I'm kicked out of TikTok for good this time. You might be able to pick it up on YouTube if I can get it loaded over there. Definitely on Substack, definitely in Patreon. And my newest platform, which is Stage 32. I haven't done much over there yet, but I'll tell you more about that coming up in the year 2026. Because that space of 2026 is, if you think 2025 was interesting, 2026 is going to blow your mind. And for those of you who are lucky enough to hear and blessed enough to see and divine enough to feel, it's going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing. So again, social media, Spreaker.com if you want to hear archive shows. I did manage to get this information, the Divine Shift Part 1 and 2. I'll load this Part 3 to round out the Divine Shift for moving into the next 2-3 years, what is coming up by way of frequency. I'm not the only one. Like I said, I'm not saying anything slick. I'm not saying anything that nobody else knows. I may be saying it a different way, because that's what this social media is about. Express yourself the way you want to express yourself, if that's what you do. And, some people get censored, some don't. I don't know. I really don't know what's up with that. Why some people get censored and others don't, I don't know. But it's about expressing yourself the way you feel you need to. And the stuff that you don't want to hear, don't listen to it. It's just that simple. It really is. We don't have to complicate it. I am Dordana. You've been listening to Crown Knowledge Radio. Crown Knowledge Radio on YouTube, Crown Knowledge Radio on Substack, Crown Knowledge Radio on Instagram, hopefully TikTok, Stage 32 coming up, and a lot more. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being with me in my forum. I appreciate it. Much love to you.